Alright, so here we are at episode 24 of LEGO Marvel Superheroes. There are only 2 episodes left after this one. And then I guess we'll be moving on to something else. I know that you probably noticed the Sonic 2 playthrough kind of got paused. So we'll probably be going back to that when LEGO Marvel Superheroes is complete. And then, of course, probably start something else, which may or may not be related to LEGO Marvel Superheroes. But now we're going to take Venom, and we're going to take Iron Man, and we're going to take them to Marvel Studios. In one of the, it's a fun little level, but you could argue that it really didn't necessarily need to exist. But you get to see all the Marvel writers get held up by the Vulture. Don't get too attached to Spider-Man and Mr. Fantastic. You will barely see them because we're going to stick with our own team throughout this playthrough. There's only one thing that we absolutely need Mr. Fantastic for, and you'll see that when we get there. And otherwise, we can use Iron Man's flight capabilities to get places that you would use Mr. Fantastic's ability to go through drains to do in the main story. So there's Iron Man taking out the Venom stand-up, which I'm sure Venom, being right there, was a big fan of. Melt this Hulk statue. But really, what we need to be doing here is destroying the front reception desk in order to build a console that will allow us to get into the main part of the Marvel complex. Now, Iron Man could fly over this thing, but then Venom would be stuck on the other side, so just doing this just saves a little bit of time. So here's the 2 guys who are rampaging through Marvel Studio headquarters. We got Howard the Duck and the classic Spider-Man villain, Vulture. The Vulture is evidently making a return. He's going to be involved in Spider-Man Homecoming, rumored to be played by Michael Keaton, who you may remember from the Batman movies or Beetlejuice or any number of other things, or Birdman. All right, so now we've got. I think these are all recognizable Marvel personalities. They're sort of cowering in fear in various places around the level. And, see there you would have needed Mr. Fantastic to get up to one of those handles, and then Spider-Man would have gotten up to the other one, but with the flying abilities of Iron Man, we were able to get around that. Now Venom is going to bring down the nice portrait of all the important Marvel people in order to use those bricks to build something else. Now you can see there are your sort of generic criminals from the raft who will try to rush you at times. The Vulture really doesn't do much to you other than just fly around. And Howard the Duck knocked himself out in the very beginning of the fight, so he really doesn't do anything either. But what you do is you create these images of other heroes, and evidently Vulture's pretty dim-witted, at least in this level. And so he thinks that that's the real Iron Man on the floor, even though Iron Man is the one who built the thing showing Iron Man. And we control this console to create a projected image of Captain America, and this will also attract Vulture's attention. Okay, so he's basically knocking himself out. We just keep building things for him to run into, and occasionally we have to deal with his flunkies, which again are just common prisoners seem to have broken out of the raft. So now, since we haven't used Venom much in this level, we'll let him blow up the Thor balloon. And Vulture again, goes for it, but it's just a ploy, and that just sets up the thing that will allow us to defeat Vulture, finally, which is a Fantastic Four transformation pad for Mr. Fantastic. So, like I said, at this point we are forced to use Mr. Fantastic. And, of course, he's turned himself into ridiculous stuff all throughout this game, and this is the last time you'll see him. It turns into a bird's nest, and then collapses it upon Vulture. I mean, that's just a little bit out there. But hey, that's the last time we're going to see Mr. Fantastic's special power in this playthrough, so we'll keep working our way through the last 2 levels. I'll see you then.